Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Virgo. So Virgo, as usual, I'm doing a reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. And Virgo, your reading today has a lot to do with expectations, but not the sort of expectation that will bring you frustration. It's more or less like this expectation for hoping for the best. That's the best way to say it. Hoping for the best. Even though the endeavor or the undertaking that you must go through, or the step that you must take is a great one. It requires a lot of surrendering, a lot of trust, and a lot of courage, really. And so I feel like, because yesterday in the collective reading for the full moon in Cancer, this message of regaining strength and confidence was the main thing. I feel like you being the next sign, the very next reading, Virgo, it's like you're doing something with it. You're building something. You're creating something with this confidence that now have, in a sense, has given you a direction in something in your life that feels very practical, feels very tangible. Although your expectation in this case seemed to be modest, which is very beautiful and very real, very realistic. So we're beginning with the Three of Pentacles, and straight away this card gave me the words coming together, but not coming together as in like the traditional meaning of this card of collaborating with others, although this might be the underlying. I feel like the metaphor that is here, it's about joining parts that were separated or that were scattered. Because the way that I'm seeing this is, when a piece of ceramic breaks or falls on the ground and, it's shattered into pieces, and there is this technique in Japan where they glue the pieces with gold. I've been reading this book about Japanese traditions, actually this book here. And so I can't remember the name of the technique, but and probably I'll just say it in the wrong way, but there's something about piecing together something, or bringing together the pieces that have been scattered, that have been shattered, that have been separated. And I feel like this is very concrete. It doesn't feel like energetic, although this breaking apart of something and now the coming together, it's almost like now you're bringing the solution to what had separated the parts, right? Whatever this is in your life, it feels very practical. It feels something that is, in 3D. It has a shape. It has a physical form. So, this might be relationships, right? This might be people that you got separated from for whatever reason, and it really doesn't matter, because the important thing about this is like you are making the effort of bringing these parts together now, and it's the most delicate, the most precious way possible, because it's that imagery of, gluing with gold. So there is consideration, there is this meticulous, very careful touch, and the moment that the parts are joined, the Ace of Swords is clearly giving you a direction. And I feel like this might spark in you some sort of idea, some sort of insight that after this, when it's almost like when you finish dealing with this coming together, or piecing these pieces together, or I was going to say something else. It just went blank. What was it? I can't remember. Anyways, well, I feel like that's the thing. It's like, it really doesn't matter because there's only one thing important, right? Which is the direction that the Ace of Swords is giving you. And it's talking about this crossing of the death door. So I know this might sound intense, or, you know, if you know the traditional meaning of the death card, at least, you know, just hearing that word might sound, you know, intense and profound and maybe scary, right, to some people. But the thing about this door, and the thing about you, Virgo, it's not scary at all. You are excited because the thing about what you're learning, or the insight that is coming through this type of problem solution, or it's like you're solving some type of puzzle or some type of situation that you have mended so well, so beautifully, so thoughtfully, that you know what to do when you cross this doorway. And I feel like that's because you have some sort of expectation from what you have learned in this situation, right? It's almost like learning a technique that is giving you the tool, and it's giving you the, it's like the, it's not clarity. It's almost like certainty. It's certainty that no matter how intense this experience, this transformation occurs, what you find on the other side is something that you know how to deal. It's almost like you know how to piece this together. You know how to problem solve this, or you know how to find the solution for this situation. Because the Four of Pentacles here is just talking about like doing more of what you have been doing with the Three of Pentacles. It's like, it's almost like coming through very literally as, you know, if this is about relationships for you, Virgo, and you're being the one who, you know, is having the courage, regaining the courage and the confidence to reach out to people that you collaborated in the past, that you were in a relationship in the past, and then, you know, life separated you, but now you're making the effort to bring all of them together, and you know that there is just one more piece of this puzzle, or one more piece of the situation, one more person perhaps that is missing, that would be perfect to create this. It's coming through as a Lego, right? Because it's not necessarily a puzzle where the pieces fit together in a specific way. It's almost like you could vary the order, you could vary the combination of the parts, but the important thing is that the parts are together, are united in a certain space, in a certain proximity, right? And so I feel like there is maybe somebody that you know that the moment that you knock on their door, it's like that. You don't know how they're going to react, but because you have a very modest, very down-to-earth, very grounded expectation, whatever comes next is just stunning and just amazing and incredibly beautiful, and like it's awe-striking. It's like you're going to be amazed by the reaction. But with these two cards coming next, even though you have a clear direction that you need to cross this doorway so that you find the, in a sense, the completion or the continuation of what you have learned or started to learn with the Three of Pentacles. But here with the Knight of Swords and the Page of Cups, there's something about your expectations are giving you, because this Knight of Swords is directly underneath the Ace of Swords. So I feel like this is what gives you this movement, this desire to move in that direction, to It's like to act upon the insight, not let it slip through your mind, right? It's not the type of everyday idea. It's almost like it stands out. This is this insight that is being highlighted in your mind, and that is moving you in a clear direction, that is this death process, this transformation. Now that I just said that, you know, maybe visiting somebody that is going through a huge transformation. And I feel like it's like the moment that you open this door, there's only the unknown. But the interesting thing is that because you are expecting so little, or, you know, you have a very grounded expectation. It's not like, you know, it's almost like you're managing the frustration before anything occurs, right? So you're aware of the expectation. That's also what the Knight of Swords is talking about. And I feel like this is what moves you, but really so the interesting fact about this Page of Cups is that this is the only Cups card here in the first part. And I feel like the reason why it is also standing out from the rest, and in a very modest way, in a very innocent, it's almost like a very quiet way, a very, it's like you know when a child wants to speak with you and they are very shy, so they almost like whisper in your ear. This is how I'm seeing this Page of Cups. And I feel like this, to be honest, this is yourself. It's like this is your heart in a sense, maybe your modest heart. I'm reluctant to say that because, you know, to me the heart is like this huge, powerful, energetic center, right? But it feels like because you are managing your expectations, because you don't know exactly what you're going to find on the other side of this doorway, but really it's like you're like the least that you can expect from the situation is to see or to have or to meet this other piece that got separated also at a certain point in your life. So, and things are, it's like, because here, this is talking about a certain order, but like, it really doesn't matter how the parts come together. The only important thing is that they are coming together. And this is the reason why I feel like you're so certain, right? You're so certain that no matter how intense this process is, you are moving forward with this idea. You are knocking on their door. You are crossing through this doorway, which may lead you to, you know, some unexpected result or unexpected reaction. But because you're managing your expectations, it's almost like you're not going to be shaken in a detrimental way or in a negative way that talks about your ability to do this, right? It's not about, it's like you will not take this personally. That's the thing. It's like if this is some sort of work endeavor or a project, it's like you know the tools that you have, you know the abilities that you have, you know the incredible craftsmanship ability that you have, right? So but this is good in a sense, because you are, it's like you're not emotionally attached because of this modesty, because of this it's like you're not allowing yourself to expect anything really. It's like you're just open. It's like you're just so open, you're so innocent, you're so eager really to see what you're going to find on the other side of this doorway, that you're just moving forward with this intention, with this clear intention, which is, you know, it's interesting because it's now going back to something that I heard even before I started shuffling. And the question that came to my mind was, how much can you prepare in advance? And I feel like this is your work in a sense. This is part of this direction that you're receiving the moment that you act upon this gathering or this bringing the parts together. There's something that you're so sure about that it's almost like you're being careful with your own confidence. You're being careful with your own courage. It's like you could move in the speed of light. That's the sensation that I'm having because of your certainty. But because you have been so careful in joining the pieces, that this is the mechanics, or this is the pace, or this is the method that is going to be effective. And it's not about the order of the parts, but rather how they are all coming together. And so I feel like this is what it's giving you, this modesty, but also the certainty that, you know, you just have to keep on going no matter what you find on the other side, no matter how this other person or this other piece receives you, right? It's like, what is going to be their reaction? And I feel like their reaction is so much more than you could anticipate, because that's the thing. The question is, how much can you prepare beforehand, right? How much can you see before something occurs? How much can you truly manage your expectations before the experience really happens? And I feel like you can only prepare so much, and you can only hold yourself back in this modesty so much. But it's like cultivating your innocence is actually it's like it's not the false modesty, if it makes sense. It's like this cultivation of your young heart, right? It's like so this is now going back to this doorway. It's like if you're knocking on the door of somebody that you haven't been in contact for quite some time, and they are the missing piece in a sense for it all to come together in a way that makes sense, that it's like that the energy feels like it's now grounded, right? Their reaction being the Empress, it's like they're going to be with their arms wide open. It's like they're going to be more surprised maybe than you, because you knew that you were coming. You were planning on that. You had that clear direction, even though you didn't know how they were going to react, right? It's like this is the ability that you have, Virgo, when you cultivate this positive modesty, let's call it like that, as in like cultivating this innocent heart, you know, managing your expectations to the point that whatever comes, it's like it's going to be this beautiful surprise, right? It's like this is going to feel a lot more like receiving more than you were anticipating. So it's like if you can only prepare so much, then whatever comes, it's just going to be amazing regardless of whatever it is, right? And so I feel like this is talking about having the ability and nourishing this ability with this modesty, with this innocence, that allows you to just be in awe, right? It's like, because that's the thing. It's like meeting somebody that you already knew. It's like, or achieving something, or, you know, finding something that you had already been in contact with. It's like, this is not a new person. This is not a new object in your house. This is not a new piece of furniture that is all coming together. It feels like something that you had lost perhaps, or lost touch with, or you see what I mean? It's like when it all comes together in a certain way, in a certain order, and just because of the fact that it's all now in the same room and it's like, you know, in front of you, it's like it's not unknown anymore. It's not something that is just in your mindful, thoughtful expectation of the unknown, very little expectation of the unknown. It's like it's now materializing in front of you in the most beautiful, gorgeous way, and welcoming and receptive way, which makes you just be surprised by something that you already knew. So it's almost like, you know, when you receive a gift, and in a way things happen in the middle, and you receive the same gift and you are astonished by it again a second time, right? It's like being surprised twice by the same thing and being in awe with that thing, right, for the second time. And I feel like that's kind of a blessing. That's kind of a gift of yours, right? It's like your gift is to acknowledge and be receptive to just, it's like to demonstrate your happiness, your joy in having that again, or in finding that again, or in being in contact with that person again, right? It's like valuing something that you already had, but it's like in a new, with new lens, with a new pair of eyes, with a new ability to be receptive to it, right? So I truly hope that this makes sense to you. I am going to pull more cards for you, Virgo, as well as the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.